How to decide what flowers to press. So I look at the thickness. So you can tell these roses are really thick. And so that's going to be harder to press because of the dampness and the moisture that the flower holds. It's just harder to press. So you can tell these are kind of obviously dying. Some look better than the others. But so these were pressed for about a week. And this was a very thin flower. That's antique lace. I'm not sure what that's called. But you can see, I'll show you one. This one is just, it will not, the moisture just will not come out. And this one has so much moisture, it's probably going to mold. So this rose would be very hard. I would recommend drying it and not pressing it. These are very easy because you can see how delicate the petals are. So this is very easy to dry. All right, so these are the flowers I'm letting dry because instead of pressing them. So because there is so much, they're so damp and moisture, this rose, you can tell this one was pink and it's drying. This one though has been out of water for like 24 hours and it's still, it's thriving even out of water. So all of these have been out and that's the little purple one. And you can see how thick they are. So you can tell I use a paper towel and parchment paper or wax paper to help in heavy books. And you can see here, this one I just laid in. This one I opened up the flower, the purple one, and see how nicely they're being pressed. And again, the big pink roses are very hard. So the thicker the flower, the harder it is to press, and also just because it holds more moisture. So here's some more that I've pressed. These are about a week old. Here's that purple one I was showing you. It's very damp, so I'm letting it dry a little bit and then I'll press it again. Any type of leaves are very easy to dry and are very pretty. In another video before this, I've showed you some that I've dried with success and they retain their color. I have done marigolds and they worked well even though this is a little bit thicker. Again, impatiens are easy. These purple flowers are really pretty and the purple maintains the color. These white vinca turn yellow, but they're still really pretty dried. Ferns are wonderfully, they are great pressed and dried out. Anything that is thin, any type of leaf, works well, or a delicate flower, that works really well to dry and to press, to dry out, and is really pretty in a frame. In a previous video, I showed you other things I had pressed. This is what a bride did. This were flowers that her fiance gave her, and they used this on their wedding day, and they just used it's just the glass and the cardboard. That's all I use to adhere it, because sometimes the adhesive will yellow, and so over time, so it just, that holds it in there, the frame and the glass and the paper, and use more paper if it needs to be thicker. So to recap, the thicker the bud, the less easy it is to press it. The thinner and more delicate the leaves or the buds are, the better they are to press. Just remember, it needs a dry place or moisture, and mildew could get in there. And you can see by these that I'm pressed them, but I'm letting them air out a little bit because of the moisture and dampness of the flowers.